Hey guys, today in SAO Integral Factor, we are going to test the top Speeder Leafa skill. So this skill is a burst skill that has a giant power 4 when you're using the burst skill, and that will give an additional damage based on a max number of HP for 30 seconds. So we are going to see how much damage per HP will give, but before we begin, please like, share and subscribe for more SAO Integral Factor content. So for this test, we are going to test it first with the HP of 72,000 here in the situations, and we are going to test it against the floor 20 mobs. So again, I'm not using my account here, I'm just using the account of a friends who happen to have that skill, since I don't have the skill myself. And as you can see here, my normal attack is doing around 4,600. And we're going to test it using the Mismatch Silica Skill, and after a few hits there, it seems like Mismatch Silica is doing around 10,000 damage. So next we're going to try to use the burst skill, so I'm just doing a burst sequence here to make sure that I can use the burst skill, and just making sure that the burst doesn't go away. But the only skill that I have there is the Mismatch Silica. So okay, so I'm using the burst skill now, and as you can see, the buff or Mismatch Silica is already gone, and with a few hits it seems like it's doing 11,800 damage, and I'm going to use the Mismatch Silica there, and as you can see now, my attack is doing around 17,000 damage, or maybe a bit more. So looks like the effect of those skill can be added together. So as you can see, the Mismatch Silica bonus is around 10,000 minus the base damage, which adds up to 5,400, and the top speeder bonus adds up to 7,200, and adding them all together it adds up to 17,200, which seems to be quite spot on to what we've seen during the test earlier. Okay, so next I'm just going to make sure that that we get the same amount of additional damage if we reduce the HP for the players here. So I'm just going to remove this Kirito skill because I have a passive that will add HP if I'm equipping more Kirito skills. And as you can see, my max HP now is dropping to 63,850, and we're going to do the same test, and I'm just going to activate the burst skill right away in these situations because we have tested the Mismatch Silica. I don't want to waste the time to retest the Mismatch Silica again, and my burst is ready. I'm just going to use this burst skill. Okay, and just going to look for the B enemy. Okay, so burst skill is activated, and now the attack is doing lower as expected, and it's around 10,800-ish. Nothing. Okay, so to summarize, on our test we got 77,200 additional damage at 72,000 HP with the top speeder. So we got 1,000 additional damage per 10,000 HP on enemy weak to the weapon type. In the last test with 63,850 HP, the number adds up as well, as 4,600 plus 6,385 adds up to 10,985, which is similar to what we see. This means against the enemy who are not weak to the weapon type, it will give 750 additional damage per 10,000 HP, as opposed to 500 additional damage if we use a Mismatch Silica. This skill also works together with Mismatch Silica, which means using both skill will increase the additional damage very significantly. On top of that, it has a flinch resistance, which is very useful for spamming auto attack. So that's it for the video. I'll see you on the next SAO Integral Factor video. Bye now.